friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams yet again today. We are on week 3 of the 12 Books of Christmas book exchange that I'm doing with my friend Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand and Lindsey from Lindsey's Little Library. Something that I have woefully neglected to say in my last couple videos of opening here of the gifts that they sent is that I'm going to link down in the description box the videos that Sarah and Lindsey are posting so that you can check out what they sent each other and what I sent to both of them as well. So please click on all those links. Hopefully you have figured that out by now. This is week 3. Sorry that I forgot to say that in the last 2 videos, but this is week 3. I'm going to be opening gifts, books 7, 8, and 9 from both Sarah and Lindsey. And this, in case you're just popping in now, this book exchange is something that Sarah and Lindsey and I have been planning since last year. Those two and Lisa from Lisa's Books and Smiles participated in a book exchange in 2018, and I said, I want in! So I jumped in on the bandwagon this year, and we've been collecting books all year long, finding them at library book sales and thrift stores and book outlet. I don't think any of us paid full price for any of these books. They're all discount books that we found, some from my shelves, some from their shelves, etc., etc. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into books 7, 8, and 9 from both of them. So I have 6 books to open here today. I'm going to start with Sarah's book this time, and she said for number 7, I really enjoyed this one. So this is a book that she has read before and hopes that I will enjoy as well. I hope so too. Oh yes. I'm excited to try Diane Chamberlain. This is an author that I really would like to read in 2020. I keep hearing good things about her. This one is Necessary Lives. Not Lives. When was this one published? 2013. Diane Chamberlain is a pretty prolific author, and I've just heard such good things about her. And I think I have one other book of hers on my shelf. Now 2. So I'm looking forward to this one. In this one, we follow a young girl named Ivy and a social worker named Jane in the 1960s in North Carolina. So I have a feeling it's going to deal with like child welfare stuff and an unfit, possibly abusive situation. It's the story of these 2 young women, seemingly worlds apart, but both haunted by tragedy. Jane and Ivy are thrown together and must ask themselves, how can you know what you believe is right when everyone is telling you it's wrong? That sounds really good. I'm really excited to jump into some Diane Chamberlain. Now let's look at Lindsey's number 7 book. She says, I have this book too. We should buddy read it. I think I wrote that on a bunch of their books as well. Let's do a buddy read of this. Lots of buddy reads are going to be happening in 2020. I just can feel it. Oh, I've never heard of this. This is called Calling Me Home by Julie Kibler. I love this quote on the front. If Calling Me Home were a young woman, her grandmother would be To Kill a Mockingbird. Her sister would be The Help, and her cousin would be The Notebook. But even with such iconic relatives, Calling Me Home stands on her own. That sounds fun. 89-year-old Isabel has a favor to ask her hairdresser. It's a big one. Isabel wants Dory, a black single mom in her 30s, to drop everything to drive her from her home in Arlington, Texas to a funeral near Cincinnati, and with no clear explanation why, and it happens tomorrow. Dory, fleeing her own problems, agrees to do this, and over the years, Dory and Isabel have developed more than just a business relationship. They are friends. And then we kind of go back in time to 1930s Kentucky, when Isabel fell deeply in love with Robert Pruitt, a would-be doctor and the black son of her family's housekeeper. So, yeah, that sounds really good. I love the dual timeline idea. I love the connections that it might have to these other iconic books. And yeah, sounds really good. I had never heard of that one. It's so exciting. All right, number 8 from Sarah is This Looks Like Something You Will Enjoy. This is a tiny little book. I wonder what it is. I've never heard of this either. Kitchens of the Great Midwest by J. Ryan Stradall. I've heard of this on one of the podcasts I listened to. Either What Should I Read Next by Anne Bogle or Currently Reading with Katie and Meredith. I have heard of this before. This is gonna have food. Done. I believe it's going to be kind of romance as well. Born into a food-obsessed family, Eva finds her solace and salvation in the flavors of her native Minnesota. She becomes a chef. It's about the bittersweet nature of life, its missed opportunities, and its joyful surprises. That does sound like something I would enjoy. And it's like super short. How long is this? Oh, I guess it's 300 pages. They just are super thin. Why do books do this? Does anyone know? Where the cover doesn't come all the way across. I mean, it adds that little red strip, but honestly, it's kind of annoying. But I am really excited to read this book. Fun. I'm going to have to look up those podcasts and see what they said about it. All right, book 8 has nothing on it. I'm going in blind. This one is from Lindsey, book 8 from Lindsey. Okay, here's another author that I've heard a lot about lately. This is Jocelyn Jackson, and this one is called A Grown-Up Kind of Pretty. A heart-thumping mystery, an edge-of-your-seat drama, and a fiercely sweet comedy all at once. By Sarah Gruen. That sounds good. Let's see what this one's about. Every 15 years, trouble comes after the three Slocum women. When the youngest, headstrong Mosey, turns 15, a long-hidden grave is unearthed in their backyard, and Mosey is determined to investigate why. The unlikely matriarch, 45-year-old Ginny, doesn't know the truth. She only knows she must do everything in her power to keep it hidden. Between them is Liza, silenced by a stroke, haunted by the choices she made as a teenager, with the answers trapped inside of her. To survive Liza's secrets and Mosey's insistent adventures, Ginny must learn to trust the love that braids the strands of their past and stop at nothing to defend their future. So it sounds like we have 3 generations of women and a little bit of a mystery going on here. I'm totally down for that. And that cover looks like historical fiction, right? But it's not. It's going to be a little bit of a family drama and a mystery. Very cool. Very, very cool. I'm excited. Okay. And number 9 from Sarah says, this one is so interesting and will make you feel lots of things. If you guys know me at all, you know I love to feel lots of things. Lots of books make me cry. Oh, I can't get into it. And I love a book that can make me cry. So let's see what this one is. Oh, this is an arc. A Murder. Oh, I've heard of this. The Fact of a Body. A Murder and a Memoir by Alexandria Marzano-Lesnevich. Is this a nonfiction? A young law student, an unspeakable crime, and a past that refuses to stay buried. I think this is, kind of true crime, maybe? Memoir? Sort of. A murder and a memoir. Maybe a true crime? I don't know. I have heard of this. Let me know if you've read this one. It did come out in 2017, so it is an arc, but it's out. It's out in the world. Sounds like it could be pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Before Alexandria begins a summer job at a law firm. Okay, that's the author. Before she begins a summer job at a law firm in Louisiana, working to help defend men accused of murder, she thinks her position on the death penalty is clear. The child of 2 lawyers, she's staunchly anti-death penalty, but the moment convicted murderer Ricky Langley's face flashes on the screen as she reviews old tapes, the moment she hears him speak of his crimes, she wants him to die. Shocked by her reaction, she digs deeper into the case. Despite their vastly different circumstances, something in his story is unsettlingly, uncannily familiar. As Alexandria pores over the facts of the murder, she finds herself thrust into the complicated narrative of Ricky's childhood. By examining the details of his case, she is forced to face her own story, unearthing long-buried family secrets that color her view of Ricky's crime. But another surprise awaits. She wasn't the only one who saw her life in Ricky's. This groundbreaking, heart-stopping work, 10 years in the making, shows how the law is more personal than we would like to believe, and the truth more complicated and powerful than we could ever imagine. That sounds really good. I don't think I've ever read kind of a true crime sort of memoir like this. I don't know if it's actually true crime. It's really about this girl, Alexandria, right? Discovering her past and being forced to confront some beliefs that she held. Sounds good to me. I'm down. I'm down for that. And number 9 from Lindsey has no comments on this one as well. Going in blind. I love it. Wiley Cash. I feel like this is now 3 books that I own from this author. I can't get it out. Oh, because it's taped. Okay, I now have 3 books from this author. I think it's time to read some. This is Wiley Cash, and this one is called A Land More Kind Than Home. Or 2 books. No, this is the second book I have from him. I was confusing him with someone else. I only have 2 now, so this is the second one. The book is a thriller, but it's so beautifully written that you'll be torn about how fast to read it. This is a great gothic southern fiction. That's from NPR. I don't want to read more if it's going to be a thriller. A Land More Kind Than Home. Mesmerizing and intensely felt and beautifully told story. Very cool. I'm excited. This is awesome because I've heard of, okay. All 3 of these books that Lindsey sent me, I have not heard of. So I would love for you to tell me, have you read this Jocelyn Jackson? Have you heard of this Calling Me Home and A Land More Kind Than Home? Let me know if you've heard or read any of those. And now I have heard of these ones from Sarah, but I've not, they haven't been really on my radar. So that's kind of cool. The Fact of a Body, Kitchens of the Great Midwest, and Necessary Lies. So I'm thrilled. This is so fun. This is such a fun project. So I'm really thrilled with all 6 of these as well. Yeah. I think if I had to pick one that I'm most excited for, it's probably Diane Chamberlain, just because I feel like I really want to read her soon. But yeah, I'm really excited about all of these. So I would love to hear from you guys about these books or about anything else. Let's chat in the comments below. Please don't forget to click on the links and go check out Sarah and Lindsey's videos that they will be posting today as well. See what I picked out for them. And we have 1 more week and it will be on Christmas Eve. We will be posting our last batch of books. So yay for that. Thank you so much for watching. Let's chat in the comments below. I will talk to you in another video very soon, like tomorrow. Bye.